Hi everyone. Let's start the session.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So today we are going to start the support vector machine, which is our new. I'll just explain you. And just a moment. So let me share the screen on your window. And I think, am I audible to you all? And
Yes, sir.
recording is also started. Uh, Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, sir. Good evening.
And we see the support vector. First, I will show you that curriculum. So time series analysis we have finished. Now we see the support vector machine, or the linear and non-linear SVM, the support vector hyperplane margin. We will understand this thing. So first of all, I would like to explain you just the definition or define this. What is SVM? So support vector machine is a supervised machine learning algorithm which can be used for both classification or regression challenges. But we mostly use for the classification, the categorical. Okay. However, it is most used in the classification problem. In the SVM algorithm, we plot each data item as a point in n-dimensional space. Okay, where n is the number of features you have, with the value of each feature being the value of a particular coordinate. Then we perform classification by finding the hyperplane that differentiates the two classes very well. Support vectors are simply the coordinates of individual observations The SVM classifier is the frontier which best segregates the two classes, hyperplane or line. So I explain you first how we get this. So I just so what we will study here, explain it, what we have to understand, what we want to do, the support vector machine. So support vector machine we are going to study, and I explained this. What does it mean? But we see how does it work. So these are our axes. Suppose we have few data points like uh, these data points we have. I use these data points I have, and I have these data points also. Just remove few data points from here. I have this few data points, and there are two classes I have, one in blue and one in the right. So we assume that it is a plus and minus. Okay, I will tell you later why we assume it is a plus and minus. We are taking only two classes for understanding, and I draw one plane here. Uh, it will look like a line here because it is a two-dimensional. Basically, it is a plane I am going to draw. So this plane I am going to draw here, and I could like the plane in this way. I could draw the plane in this way also, which is going to allocate these two classes. I have many ways to plan. I could draw the plane. I have many ways. So I could draw the plane. So these are the ways I could draw the plane. I could differentiate both the classes. Okay, allocate both the classes. But it does not happen in the real world. We get some blue here also. And it is not in this way we get the things in a separable way. So there is some error always. So in this way I could draw the plane. But why I will choose this one plane? Which plane I should have to choose? So I will create the vectors. What would be the support vector? I will take the support vector. So you will see I am taking a support vector here, which is very nearest to this. This point is very nearest to. I will draw one support vector from here. okay, which is parallel to this hyperplane. And another, this support vector, I think it is nearer to that. So I will draw one here. Okay. And what I want this distance between these two support vector, or it is the margin plane is also called. And this should be as maximum as b. Okay. So this is called our d plus or d minus, we could say this. And this is basically our plane, hyperplane. This is our hyperplane. And these are our support vector. And this distance is d positive, d negative, whatever, d positive, d negative, in this way we got this. And this whole thing is called the margin. This is called the margin we have. Okay, I just write in a proper way so you can understand. This is the margin. And it is also called the marginal plane, or marginal plane, we could say this. Support vector, these are not support vector basically. Okay. I just written that thing there. This is not support vector. I will explain what is support vector. This is the marginal plane. Basically, these are the marginal plane. And this and this, we have support vector. It may be not the one only. If there are two support vectors here on this side, okay, or the line is passing through this two. These are the support vectors. So this terminology we have to understand first. Okay. What is support vector? What is the hyperplane? And what is the margin? So we see the maximum margin should be have. So that hyperplane we have to choose. If you choose like this one, suppose I am using this one, then I will get this support vector, and I will get this support vector, and I draw that, I will draw this, I will show you this also. And we draw this, this support vector I am making. This is the marginal plane I am making here, and one marginal plane I am making from here. Okay, so this margin is lower than this margin. So we should have the distance between the two classes more and more. So we will select this one. So we will always select the unique one. Does that make sense to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Sometimes we don't have this sort of data. We have the data like that. You have a data like that. Then if you take a hyperplane, take a hyperplane for this. Suppose this hyperplane you are taking. So you are getting here some errors, some positive, some negatives are there, some positive, some negatives are there. So there is, I think, that the 50% or whatever the chance accuracy your model will provide. Does that make sense to everyone?
Yes, sir.
What do then we convert this in high dimension? We take this in high dimension. There is a 2 dimension we have. So then we convert them in high dimension, 3 dimension or the 4 dimension, and then we see again the view will be different in the high dimension of this similar thing. The same thing you will get a different view. Suppose I am just making, okay, just I am making 3 dimension. This one. Now you see we are getting in this way. Multi-dimension. If you take this, now you could draw one hyperplane over here. So we use some kernel to do this thing, to take this in high dimension. Does that make sense to everyone?
Yes, sir.
So this is the basic concepts. So we have understand what is support vectors, what is hyperplane, what is marginal distance. Okay, it should be maximum, and what is linear separable. So this is a linear separable. This is not linear separable. Okay, this is not linear separable. Okay, so it is non-linear separable. So we will take this to high dimension. Okay, and we see uh, what mathematics works behind this. So we see the support vector machine, math intuition, SVM, math intuition. Okay, I think the spelling is maybe no, right. Intuition. So how we work with this, I just tell you. I think most of you know the vectors in mathematics. Yeah. Most of you know about the vector and yes, okay, you know that I will not explain here. Okay. So we suppose we have a line, we have a hyperplane, and which is passing through this origin. Okay, and I have few points here. I have few points here. Suppose I have a point like this, 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 and I have few points like here. Now what I will do? You know the slope of this line. What is the slope of this line? Can you say me? Someone can tell me the slope of this line. It is 45 degree basically. Yeah. Can someone tell me the slope of this line?
-1.
Yeah.
-1.
Minus
1.
minus 1. Correct. The slope of this line is minus 1. Okay. Correct. And we see the equation of this line is the transpose of that vector. We know that the transpose of vector, why we are taking this, and b is equal to 0. This is our equation of this line. This is a vector, transpose of vector we are using. And few more things I would like to explain. You know that this line is passing through this origin. So for this side, I would like to explain that we have a slope which is m. You could say that WB, WT, x. There should be x also, no? Variable is compulsory, no? WTX. I just write properly. X plus b equals. Here there is no intercept. The intercept b is 0. Yeah. And we know that the slope is minus 1. Slope is minus 1. And we know that the slope, that intercept b is equal to 0. And we see now the equation would be like that. The equation of this line would be y is equal to WTX plus 0. Does that make sense to everyone? The intercept is 0. B is the intercept. In this line, there is no intercept. It is passing through the origin. And I will explain you a few more things. Mathematically, I want to explain now. I am having here one point. So it is minus 4. It is on the x-axis, 0. And I have another point, it is 4 comma 4. Suppose this point. So if I convert this in matrix, I want to solve this by the matrix method. So here what I will take. I will take the slope and intercept. This and this. Slope what I have? Minus 1. Intercept is 0. And here I will put the value of x and y. So which is here for this point, it is minus 4 comma 0. If I multiply this, what I will get? What I will get? Can someone tell me? It is 4 plus 4 I will get. Positive 4. Okay. It is the matrix multiplication. I am getting the plus 4. Or it is positive. It is positive. So if you are here somewhere, you will have the negative x always. You have the negative x always. On this side, you have the negative x always. And you will get always positive. You will get
Sir,
always, yeah.
Sir, this matrix should be other way. I mean minus 4 0 multiplied by minus 1 0, right? Because currently it is 2 cross 1 and next matrix is 1 cross 2. So we should have 2 cross 2 matrix then.
Yeah.
So
What we are getting?
it is answer is 1 cross 1. Na? So I think it should interchange both this matrix.
Then what we are getting through this? What we are getting? I just want to.
We should get 2 cross 2 matrix. The multiplication.
Just a moment. Okay. I have written wrong here. Sorry. I have to write in another way. I have to change that. Sorry. In this way, I have to take this. It is 1 by 2 and it is the 2 by 1. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Does that make sense to you? Minus 4, 0. Sorry, no. That is the what I have written there, minus 1. Okay. And 0. Minus 4, 0. Does that make sense to you? Now I will get plus 4. Correct? Is it right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
Correct. Nikita, you have not taken the objection on this. I have intentionally written wrong.
I did
want-
it here. I didn't.
I want to know how many knows about this multiplication. I intentionally write in my sheet it is correct, but I have written in a different way. In my diary it is right. Yeah.
Actually, if you do a 2 by 2, then also other three values were 0. So I thought maybe
That
you
will
were just
zero. That
picking
will
up
zero.
I thought you were just picking up the one positive value. So I didn't say anything.
Sometimes I judge. Well, it is a vector. I know that the most of the participants don't know about the vectors. Okay. So that is the thing. Here we are getting this positive. Now I will talk about here. What will be here? It is again minus 1, 0, and here 4 and 4. We will get here minus 4. Okay. So we get the negative one. Does that make sense to you? Because you always get the x value positive here in this side. You always get the positive x value. When you get the positive x value, it will always multiply by this negative 1. And this would be 0. No problem. This would be 0 always. So whatever here, the y is negative or positive does not keep mean. Whether it is negative, it is minus 4, minus 4 here, then it will not, the minus 4 into 0 will be 0 always. But you will get the negative always. Does that make sense to everyone?
Yes,
So
sir.
here we are getting positive, here we are getting negative always. Okay. So this is my first, and then I explain you more things. Because I have not prepared that PPT, so I am using my diary for showing this. And what I do, now I draw the that marginal hyperplane, and this will pass through this. sorry, just a moment. I use this one. This one, and here this one. Okay. This would be always parallel to this. This hyperplane I have prepared, and what would be the equation of this hyperplane upper side? I am taking -1. I am considering -1. This I have written that for this main hyperplane, and this hyperplane I am writing the W Tx plus b is equal to -1. -1 I am taking. And I'm because there will be a negative, so I am taking the unit negative value here, and here I am taking a unit positive value. I will tell you later why I am taking this. It is +1. Okay. So this is our line in this way. This the other one. Now we'll simplify this. WTX plus b is equal to -1. +1, and then I take the -1. WTX plus b is equal to -1 is the +1, and I simplify this. Okay, this is our x1 or this is our x2. We have the different line passing through the x1 and x2. We know that. Okay, and we see if we solve this. So I will change the symbols, and I will take WTX common, and it is the x1 minus x2. And this will eliminate to each other, or it is 2. Does that make sense to everyone? Up to here. It is the math behind this.
Yes, sir.
I will little bit explain up to some level.
T will be common.
Then we start the script.
So
So
WT will be common. WT.
it is the transpose of that
No, okay, no, sir, no, sir.
vector.
WTX. You have taken common WTX, but common will be WT.
This it is the superscript, not WT.
No, X.
Transpose of this that vector.
After that X. WTX you have written.
Yeah, Tarun.
Yes, sir. WTX. Where from this X came? In this line, you have written.
Sorry, not X. Not X. Sorry.
This is this line.
I have written there. I was writing there, but I forget. I forget to omit.
Okay.
So that is okay. That was the WT only. I could not see that thing. Okay. So what I will do? I will convert this in a unit. This vector. So WT over WT x1 minus x2 is equal to 2 over. Does that make sense to everyone? It is a unit vector, no? Or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So and we have to need to maximize it. We want to maximize this distance. You know that? Now we are getting this value is this much. So we want to maximize this distance. What distance? This one. We want to maximize this. Okay, this is our overall end. The hyperplane should be like that, where we have this marginal vector have the maximum distance. Does that make sense to everyone? And we want to maximize it. So condition for optimization of the model, condition for optimization of the model would be the W asterisk B asterisk I am writing for the maximum 2 oblique this is we want. So now such that you get here yi, you get the condition here. If it is +1, then WTX plus B is greater than equal to 1. If it is -1, then WTX plus B is smaller than equal to -1. Whenever this value is greater than equal to 1, then you have to convert this in +1. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, sir.
So I have taken +1, I have not taken +4. If you have the +4, then you convert them in +1. Just got this thing? Suppose this is +4. So what we are converting this? This is the -4. So we convert in -1. There is a logistic regression I have explained yesterday. Everybody knows that logistic regression.
Yes,
We
sir.
were taking some cutoff. The probability which are upper than that, we are making them 1, and lower than or equal to that, we are making them 0. Everybody knows that thing, the logistic. Yeah, Rima,
Yes, sir.
are you getting it?
Yes.
Yesterday I explained this. So same thing we are doing. Whenever the WTX plus B is greater than 1, okay, then it should be +1. It is 3, then we will write the +1. Okay, does that make sense to you? If it is 20, then we will write the 1. Then it is 35 plus, then we will write the 1. If it is negative, we will write the -1. It is -3, we will write the -1. It is -1.5, we will write the -1. Does that make sense to you? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So the final, what would be the finalize? So I will explain that also. It is the yi, what I will get the +1 and -1. Okay, I will get the yi in this way. And then I will multiply this minus I, yi, WTXI plus BI. So you have this one, suppose you have this one, you have this one positive. Okay, this one is positive. Then this one is also positive, +1. Suppose this you are getting 4. What you are getting? 4, which is greater than 1.
Yes, sir.
Okay. If you are getting it negative, you are getting it negative, suppose -3, then you are multiplying by -1. If it is -3, okay, then multiply by -1, then what you are getting? What you
Plus-
are getting?
Positive
Plus
3.
+3. So you are always getting the plus value. You are always getting the plus value. Okay. So if this condition is not satisfied, this is the important condition we have. If this condition is not satisfied, what does it mean? There is misclassification. It means there is misclassification. Now I visualize this. Suppose few these points are here. Does that make sense to you? And few red points are here. So this is the misclassification or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this means there is some misclassification error. Otherwise, we will get the confusion matrix pure. Okay. Whatever. We see in the practical that thing. Does that make sense to everyone? What is the mathematics? What is the intuition behind this?
Yes, sir.
And finally, in the real world scenario, we don't get this sort of the problem. There is lots of overlapping. Just I have explained here. This is the overlapping. And in the real world scenario, we will get this sort of overlapping. Some here mixing, some there mixing. We will get this. And one more thing I would like to tell you again. For minimum criteria. When I will write the minimum, then it will be reciprocal or not for the maximum. Does that make sense to you? And what will happen? We will use some C and sigma. We will use zeta. Zeta, you know that is the symbol like that. We are taking that zeta I, and this is the Ci. Right? In C we are not using. It is I equal to 1 up to n. Okay. And what does it mean? I will just explain you. I will not go in detail. This is the how many errors are there. How many errors? And that the overlapping. That is the errors basically. The green cross enter in the red segment area and the red cross enter in the green segment area. This is the value of error. Okay. Then this whole thing is called the regularization. Okay. So we see practically how does it work now. I will not go into too much detail because it is totally mathematical. Is there any doubt? Because it is a mathematical modeling basically. The vector we have used here, support vector machine. So I just explained the basic concept behind this. Many times you have to see this video, then you could understand it. You have to read the so many blocks, and then you could better understand. But not go in that deep. Just the practical thing is very, very essential here.
Sir, sir, I have a doubt.
Bolo.
Sir, can you go to that explanation part? once again. In the above diagram, if your hyperplane would have been other way diagonal, this is from fourth quadrant to second quadrant,
That you
right?
can you read the blog, yeah, Aditya. I will not
Acha.
explain that much way.
Okay.
Okay. We have to finish the course, otherwise it's not a 1 year course.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Fine.
Anna, you go there and you read the blog and everything. You could search over there. It's the basic concepts I have told you. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
And the same thing if I describe here and I will draw the plane, it will take half an hour, 1 more hour. Okay.
I just wanted to know कि this hyperplane would have been other way diagonal, then equation would
You
change
could
or
do,
not?
you could do it yourself.
Acha. Okay.
There would be a +1 slope.
Okay.
That's the main thing. The slope will change from negative to it will convert to positive. Okay.
Okay.
The main thing, the slope will change. So I am using the iris data. Or iris data, I think most of you already know that there are 3 species of the leaves. We have the, Anna. So I am not explaining the data about. I just show you the structure of the data. 150 observation, 5 variables we have. We have sepal length, sepal width, petal width, and the species. We have 3 levels: Setosa, versicolor, and virginia. 3 we have. And I just make a plot of this and so look at this plot. So the petal length and petal length on the x-axis, petal width on the y-axis, data is iris, and the color is according to species. I am filling the color. So this unite the 3 species we have, or here is some misclassification. Right. So I want to use the support vector machine here. So I will use the support vector machine. For the library, the support vector machine, we have the E1071 library we have to use for the support vector machine. Assume is the function. The other thing is same as we have done in the previous algorithm. Previous attributes, the target variable, tilde dot, other variables we are taking, data iris. So I run this. There are different kernels we use when we get the non-linear. Okay. So here we see in default we use the radial kernel, and then we have the linear, we have the sigmoid, we have different kernels, polynomial, etc. We have so many kernels. You could read it there in that help, and I show you the summary. So this is the summary showing that the classification. It is a radial kernel is being cost is 1. I will explain the cost later also. And number of support vectors I have 51. Okay, I will explain you what are the support vectors. Support vectors, you see that I have explained is the 2 support vectors on the upper side. I have taken the first time when I draw it. So there are the 8 support vector in that first species, 22 in the second, and the 21 in the third. Number of classes is 3. We know that the Setosa, versicolor, and virginica. And I plot this so you could better understand. So this is the 3 categories we have divided. So we have what I have done here, my model I have plotting and the data iris, and because we are plotting the 2 dimensions, so we will get the petal width and petal length, and the slice I am giving here, the sepal width 3 and the sepal length 4. Okay. So it is the 3 and 4 is not a value of this. It is the slice I am giving the because I could not take all the dimension here, so I am giving on the list. Okay, so the list will accumulate it. It will make a multi-dimension, but in the back end. So confusion matrix misclassification error, if you see, I am predicting it. Yeah, 3 and 4. We have the 2 dimension we have taken here. No? 1 and 2 dimension, 3 and 4 dimension. Does that make sense to you? If you have 5, then we have to write the 5 also. Is that clear? Okay, Pratik?
Yes, sir.
So I want to know the prediction. I predict, and I am making a confusion matrix for this table. The predicted, I am giving the prediction, and the actual I am giving here. So you will see, and I will show you the table. This is my actual, and this is my predicted. Okay. You see there is some misclassification here, but everything is okay. Now I want to know the misclassification error, how much is there. So 1 minus sum of diagonal tab and the sum of tab. So I will get here the misclassification error is 2.6% in this model. So it is, if you see, we have Hello, am I audible to you all? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Now it's
Okay,
right.
there was a technical issue was there. Just a moment. Oh, so here you are. The 8 support vectors are here. I will show you. The cross dots is the support vector. 1, 2, 3, 4,
The
5,
screen is
6.
not
Yes,
visible,
screen,
sir.
screen.
Can you
Okay.
please
Okay,
share?
okay, sure.
Yeah, yes.
Sorry. Are you getting the support vector? I just show you. First,
Yeah.
you see here we have the 51 support vectors overall in the first model, which was the radial, and 8, 22, 21. So 8 in the first our species, that is this one, and then 22 in the middle, and then 21 on the top one. Okay. So I show you that. You count here, you will get the 8 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay. And here you will get 22. Here you will get some, and these cross are the support vectors we have. This is the multi-dimension, so we are getting this much support vector. It is not only the 2-dimension. Okay. So this and the next model I have run, that was the kernel linear, and that is the next model give us this output. There is 29 vectors now only, and support vectors. So 2, 15, and 22. So we plot this. Look at this. This is the different plot. So there are the 2 only support vector. Then there is 15, and this way we get. And we see the confusion matrix of this. We predict and make a confusion matrix now. The previous here we have 3.3%. There we have 1 point some percent, 2 point something or 1 point something, 2.6 misclassification error. Now here we have 3.3. So the misclassification error increases. And now one more model I am making here instead
So
of
what is
kernel.
the difference between the previous and this model?
There is, you see the misclassification error increases. There is 4. This is our misclassification 4 here in the Virginica, and 1 here 6, 5 we have. And the
No, like
previous
in the
you see.
command, what did you change in the command?
Okay, I just write there a kernel.
Okay.
Okay, kernel I have taken the linear. In default there is a kernel which is the radial,
Oh, okay.
and then I change the kernel linear. Now I changing the kernel again. I am taking the sigmoid. Okay. We have the various kernels. I am showing you 4 only. You could search in the help and you could see how many kernels we could apply. The different functions, whatever the functions we have read in the mathematics, sigmoid function, polynomial function, linear function, square root function, and the many. So we could take that. And I will show you the summary. Here you see we have 54 support vectors. Okay. And the 6, 26, 22. Okay. I plot this. So you will see this plot and it is different now. Okay. And I will see the prediction and the confusion matrix. It is 11.3% basically. Now it is very high. There are so many misclassifications are there. Are you getting it? So this is that one, and then I'm using the polynomial also. I run this. So here you see we are getting this, and the degree is 3, and the polynomial degree it is showing. Whatever the other things will come along with that, the model whatever your the cost, the coefficient, it is the sigmoid. So there we get the coefficient. Here you see, here is the cost only, linear. Radial is the cost only. And we see the plot of this. It is like this. And we see the confusion matrix. So the prediction, so it is the 4.6%. So which one is better? We want to tune it now. I will tune the model. I have the various model, but I make one model, then I tune it. It will be better. How many models, how many functions are there in the mathematics? I don't have time to draw the each model and compare manually. That is not possible for me. For the tuning is a random process. Okay. So we have to use the set seed before tuning. And the function is tune, and the model is the SVM. I am going to tune the SVM. SVM is the algorithm I am going to tune. This is the algorithm I have to write here, not the model, that function. The species tilde dot, this is my formula, and the data is iris. Range is the epsilon range I want. I will explain you later about this. The 0 to 1 sequence I am taking 0.1. And the cost is 2 to the power 2 is to 7, 2 to the power 2, it would be 4 cost, 2 to the power 3, it would be 8, and this way I am taking. So cost should be high as possible. So I just run this, and it will take little time. And I've given the name team model. I will show you that tune model. So the performance of SVM you see here, it is the epsilon. It is the error basically. And you see in the low side, we have the cost is, here is the line, it is okay up to here. Okay, we are getting the dark shade. So we could change this, we could take the cost up to this. Okay. So what I do, I would reduce the cost to 5 and I see what happens. I plot this. Still I see it is only between 15. Okay. So I take 3. Or the 4 I take. 4. The 5 is better. The 2 to the power 5 is 32. So it is 15 something up to here. So 2 to the power 3z, 2 to the power 4 is 16. So I could take the 4. So it is okay now. And the summary I see of this model. So you will see the summary here. And there's 33 we have total. And this is the 1.1, 0.2 in this way, up to 1. It is like this. And then 0 to 10, 0 to. Okay. So detailed performance, the epsilon is given. And the cost is given. 4 cost we are taking. 8 cost, 2 to the power 2, 2 to the power 3, and 2 to the power 4. Okay, this is that one. And the error is given and the dispersion is given. So you see the best performance is the 10-fold cross validation is here. And the best parameter, the epsilon 0, and the cost is 4. So I will see the summary of this I have seen. And now I will draw my best model. It is the T model which I prepared here. It would be my best model, and I will draw this. So then I plot this model. You see, this is my model, and I just predict, and I will see it is the 1.3, and previously what we have got in the first case.
2 point something.
It is the 2 point something. The first case. 2.6.
2.6.
2.6. And here we are getting 1.3. So it is the best model. We have the minimum misclassification error. So here we are getting very few. Only the 2 is here. There is no misclassification. Only here is the misclassification we have. This is our best model. Or you see the model I will show you. It is radial. This model is radial model again. The cost is 4. And the support vector is 37. Number of classes is 3. We know that. So I have explained you how to tune the model, how we could do it, everything in a small script. So does that make sense to everyone? How to do this? Support vector machine. Okay. So this we have finished, and tomorrow we'll cover the extreme gradient boosting algorithm. Okay. And then k nearest neighbor and the naive Bayes. So they are the small algorithm we have to cover. Okay. So this we have finished, and
So will we finish this in another 3-4 days? This one?
yeah. And this
Okay.
we will finish it up to Saturday. We'll finish this now. The small algorithm are there. This is the very small algorithm, not the big one like the logistic regression or the random forest or the decision tree or the time series. These are very simple. The few mathematics concept we have to understand, and then we have to run the script.
So these are only 4 left, right? 16,
Yeah,
17, 18, 19.
yeah. 16 we have covered today, but
Okay, 17, 18.
numerical I will give the script if you want for the numerical problem, or we could solve that also. For the numerical, there is one SVM for the loans, but I have not written it properly. Okay, so I could give it to this. So you try to solve this. Okay, in the regression problem, we don't use SVM. Nobody will use. It is for both the regression and the classification, but the SVM mostly used in the classification, 99.99%. We want to use this in regression problem. So,
So basically, I mean, what I understood in this is we use SVM when we want to separate the data, which is in
yeah,
categories,
it is a
right?
supervised learning, but it is the clustering. We have
Okay.
all we have predefined classes already, like Setosa and this all. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we see we make a model, and then we put the values as we have run. We have worked in the decision tree also, and the random forest. The same thing is here.
Okay.
So this is the tomorrow we will see the gradient boosting algorithm.
Okay, sir, after we are done with this 3 topics which are left, we will be completing the remaining topics of R2, right?
Part 4, yeah. Part 4 we will cover later on this. The
No, I mean,
persons are asking. So in the part 3, part 2 or what? Part 2, na?
no, sir. R3 to we have, at least I have not attended any R3
R2,
training.
R2.
R2 I'm saying. R2 ka
R2.
last portion is left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Persons are asking me, they are calling me on the mobile when you are going
Okay.
to start. So I ask them, then whenever we start, we will call you.
Okay.
The few of them are not here in the R4.
Yes.
We completed that. So they are asking me.
Okay.
So
Okay.
we will cover after that because
Okay.
first we finish this. In between, I don't want to cover because the tempo will. Then we have to use that R2 URL. We have to give them R2 meeting.
Yeah.
then. So I'm not taking in between. So it's okay for today.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Tomorrow we will take the Extreme Boost and I will share this all today.
Okay.
And last days or 2 days, both I will share with you. Yesterday and today. Thanks, Suresh Kumarji. Thanks.
Okay, sir.
Very
Thank you,
thanks.
sir.
Thank you, Radhakrishna ji.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Bye.
Thank
Yeah.
you, sir.
Thank you.